I'm here with 11th District State Representative Jeremy Faison, who is running for re-election. Jeremy, first off, just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Thank you, Reed, and thank you for having me on today. It's always a joy to come over here. You know, Reed, I was fortunate enough to be able to be elected in 2010, and I have been speaking for a portion of Greene County since then, and it's been one of the greatest honors of my life. A little bit about myself is I'm a daddy of five amazing children. I've got my wife Miriam, who's my biggest fan. She actually works here at Laughlin as the dietitian at Laughlin, the nursing home, long-term care facility. I own a pest control business in Cott County, and we service a lot of Greene Countyans and this whole area. And I lead worship at my church, and just a normal guy, works hard every day, and have a really cool job to be able to speak at the Capitol.
And so why have you decided to run for re-election?
Reed, that's a great question. And we have been able to do some amazing things in Tennessee. And I'll tell you, when I was first elected in 2010, the unemployment in Greene County was well over 10%. And today, it's just under 4%. We have made Tennessee the most business-friendly state in America. We have preserved freedoms, individual liberty. We have fought for the life of the unborn. We've preserved your First Amendment. We preserved the Second Amendment. We've done some really good things. And Reed, I want to continue the trajectory for the next couple of years that we're going. I would hate to see us go backwards. And often in a midterm election, you'll see America, and all the way into the state houses and state senates, will start to do a change, and they'll go back opposite of what's currently in the White House. Well, you know, what's currently in the White House maybe has frustrated some people, but we're doing some good things in America. And I don't want to see us go back towards the time of Obama. And so I'm running again to make sure that there's a voice from East Tennessee that is pro-business, that's pro-liberty, individual freedom, that's pro-gun, pro-constitution, a person who just cares about America, a person who's going to fight every day to make sure government stays out of your life and leaves you alone.
And what do you think is the biggest issue Tennessee is facing at this time?
You know, the biggest issue I would say that we're facing is the jealousy of every other state in America. They look at us and say, how are y'all getting it right? Y'all are doing some amazing things. Read everywhere I go. If I ever travel, being a state representative, travel somewhere, people look at me and say, oh, you get to represent Tennessee? Man, that's the greatest state in America. I wish I could represent that. Other than that, I would think one of the greatest things that is facing us as a state and as a nation is the overspending of government. We're on an impossible spending spree that we cannot back up, and we're writing checks that we can't cash. And my children, your children, and our grandchildren aren't going to be able to experience the same America we have if we don't control spending. I think that's one of our greatest problems that we have, not just federal government, but state government. We need to make sure that we're setting an example. And if they send me back and allow me to have the ability to be their state representative from the 11th District, you can be sure that I'm a fiscal watchdog, and I'm going to fight any government encroachment and any government overspending.
And what are your plans, if any, if you are reelected?
That's a great question. So my plans have always been to make sure that I don't grow government. People everywhere I go, you know, I was just out in Glenwood just a few minutes ago and talking to a few people. They just don't want government to be a part of their life. Reed, since I've been elected, I've actually never added to the Tennessee Code Annotated and brought additional laws onto somebody's life. So my number one goal is to make sure that government doesn't grow, because when it grows, you lose liberty, you lose freedom. Number one. Number two, I want to make sure that we're not spending crazy. Number three, I want to make sure that we stay friendly to businesses, and businesses still have a way to get in, and we want to make sure that our regulatory framework isn't so cumbersome that nobody wants to move here. Number four, I want to continue to fight for the life of the unborn. Number five, I want to fight for your gun rights. Number six, I want to just make sure that you have liberty to be who you are. The government has just a few small roles in life, in our life. Other than that, we don't want them. We got to, build my roads, protect me from enemies and foreign domestic, make sure there's a fair playing field. Other than that, leave me alone. Reed, that's who I am as a person. That's who I am as a legislator. That's who I am as a daddy. That's who I am as a husband. And that's who I'll be if you send me back to Nashville.
And is there anything else you'd like to say before we go?
Yeah, I would like to add one thing. First of all, it's been an absolute joy and honor to serve you and represent you and speak for you on behalf of you to the Tennessee State Legislature. I want you to know I'm the kind of person who works with everybody. From the janitor to the governor, I'm friends with them. Everybody in Nashville, no matter who, if you're cleaning the toilet, you know me, my name, I know you by name, and I'm friends with you all the way to the governor and all the commissioners. I'm the kind of guy, when you send me there, I put a good face on us here in the 11th District, and I will continue to be that same person who has not forgot his raisin, who still knows that I'm just a very blessed man to be able to have this job, and I would be honored and grateful, thankful to have your vote again. God bless you.
That was Jeremy Faison. He is running again for the 11th District State Representative on the Republican ticket.